As always, we want to thank everybody for being here, and we want to be respectful of your time and Michael's time, of course. And so we're going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to ask Michael. We want to get to know him just a little bit before we get into the presentation, and we're excited about this. We did a dry run yesterday and talked a little bit about what he's going to show.
Sure. Again, Michael Van Beck, been with Tervis now for 12 years. Been living down here in Florida for going on 38 years. So I've been down here a long time. A little bit about me. It's great that I live in Florida because I'm kind of an outdoor nature freak. I do a lot of outdoor stuff over the years. It's evolved. Started with golf and then evolved into scuba diving and boating and fishing, long distance running. In recent years, it's been mostly power walking. I do about 25 miles a week right now. I live right downtown in a condo in Sarasota by the bay, so I've got a lot of cool areas to walk around in. And every day I'm out there, I see something different or new, like manatees and dolphins and osprey. It's pretty cool.
Can you tell us I'd let you tell us a little bit about Tervis and maybe something that you love about working for them, and then we can transition into your presentation.
Tervis has been around a long time. We're down here in Venice, Florida, which is Sarasota County. It started up in Detroit, Michigan, and they were the original inventors of double wall insulated drinkware. And interestingly enough, the name Tervis came from the last three letters of the last two names of the two engineers up in Detroit that invented the double wall insulated ultrasonically sealed process. Their names was Cotter and Davis, and they were trying to figure out what to name this new company, and that's what they came up with. So that's where Tervis started from.
Well, that's awesome. Now and I'll tell you the thing that we talked about yesterday, and we keep seeing that our customers want brands. I think even, us, for our company, we want the retail recognizable brands. And so that's why we're excited to learn about Tervis. And I think we talked about some things about kind of how you guys are pushing into other categories outside of the product that probably a lot of people are familiar with.
Alrighty, well, we'll just get right into it. So, as you know, Tervis started with the double wall insulated drinkware, inner wall, outer wall that gets ultrasonically sealed. The air that's trapped between the two walls is what gives it the insulation capabilities and keeps hot drinks hot or cold drinks cold and limits condensation. Our products are lifetime guaranteed, which is unique in the promotional products industry. In most cases, you're buying something and you use it and it falls apart, what have you. We do stand behind our Classic Series, Triton Series line with that lifetime guarantee. A lot of people know about that on the retail side of the business, but they don't realize that it does apply to a custom situation. So if you invest in a Tervis project for a branded function, a giveaway, or what have you, and 10 years from now, that cup finally breaks apart, you just simply mail it back to us here at Tervis, and we cut it open. We take that artwork out and put it into a new cup and send it back out at no charge. So we stand behind that quality, and mentioning brand affiliation, we really take that seriously. The other thing that we have in the Classic Series line that's unique is that it is 100% made in America. Lifetime guarantee. Those are two propositions that are really propelling the sales of our Triton Series line. One thing about our Triton Series, all of our decoration methods are the same price. So a lot of products out there, you pay a lot more by the number of colors or the amount of coverage you have. We make it all simple in our product line. You can either decorate our Triton Series line with an embroidered emblem, a dye sublimated emblem, which is more of a printed patch, or the clear acetate wrap that can be fully printed. And then this wrap then would just be dropped into the unbuilt tumbler, and then the inner wall gets inserted and it gets ultrasonically sealed inside. So the decoration is protected between those two walls. Again, whether it's an embroidered emblem like this one here or the wrap, and it's protected. It's dishwasher safe. A lot of people don't realize that. Dishwasher safe, as well as microwave and freezer safe as well.
Two comments real quick, Mike. I don't mean to interrupt you. Just one thing. I actually took advantage of the lifetime guarantee one time, and it did work. My brother-in-law owns a marina, and he had done some, and something happened where the seal failed, or you know, and I'd had it for a while, seal filled, and I got condensation inside. I sent it back and they sent me a new one. And so that's legitimate. And then the other thing I was going to point out is the sublimated patch. And this was a little bit of an education for me. And I just want you to correct me on this. The sublimated patch is effectively a white embroidered patch that gets printed, right? Because of the detail can't really be done with thread. Is that the best way to describe it?
Yes, that's correct. So if you
Okay.
look at this Audi one, that's, you know, obviously the full thing is stitched, completely embroidered. There's a limitation as to what you can actually stitch. So if you get into color gradations or fine details or fine text that wouldn't be able to be traditionally stitched, then we do a directionally woven white emblem and then dye sublimate or print over the top of it. Some people call it micro stitching, but it's actually not. But it gives you that same effect, that fabric look. And the one that I showed before, this particular one is a dye sublimated emblem. So it still has that textural characteristic to it. And most people don't even realize that there's a difference between the two.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so, I mean, you can still do the custom shape and you can still do, and it still has an embroidered look. It just gives you a lot more flexibility with a lot of the things that couldn't be done with stitching.
Absolutely. One thing about our classic series line, the 16-ounce tumbler that I showed you, that is still the most popular one in the promotional custom space, followed by the 24-ounce version. We do have a minimum now of only 50. It used to be 100 pieces minimum for custom Tervis, but now it's down to only 50 pieces. The lids are included. The lids are cool because they're a travel lid that has a slide open. However, they still accommodate a straw as well. So some people like straw lids. This gives you the option to be able to drink out of it or to put a straw in one simple lid. And we have, I believe, up to 20 colors of lid choices now as well. Another thing we're offering right now on our Triton series line is variable data at no charge extra. So what that means is that you can add personalization to a custom look tumbler at no additional charge, meaning that you can add a name up to 3 lines. So you could have first and last name and even a title, for instance. And that's been important during the last year or so, especially like in a situation like a nurse's station at a hospital where everybody has the same looking tumbler or water bottle and you need to know whose is whose. Having a name on it is important. So we're offering that service at no charge across our whole entire line, including the stainless steel, which I'll talk about shortly.
To clarify on that really quick, so that the way that works is we would work it into the, it applies to the full color imprint option, and we would effectively work the personalization into the artwork and provide an Excel sheet with where we want to basically replace that with a list of names, or, you know, either a single name, 2 names, like you said, single line or up to 3 lines.
Absolutely. So, you know, a good example of that, this particular one, this was a popular one during Nurses Week and Hospital Week. It's a design that says "My superpower is nursing." So this is a design that we had in our stock line that applied to frontline worker thank you programs and whatnot. We had other versions as well, police, etc. But, you know, in this case, on this template, you would just say, okay, I want below this text here, that will be the spot where the name is going to be identified on that wrap consistently across the whole entire run. And the beauty of that is you don't have to do the full run with names. So let's say that you had 10 people that had names, and the rest of the 50-piece run, you wanted just the design. You can do that. You can do as many or as few as you'd like with that added personalization at no charge.
How are we required to select from a certain list of fonts or anything like that, or can we more or less provide our own font there? Or?
We own quite a few fonts. However, if they do select something that's outside of what we own, as you know, that's a licensed thing. As long as you've got licensing rights to that, whatever that font is. In most cases, we don't run into an issue. We can find something close, if not to what people are looking for. We are limited to, I believe, black and white on this, and then on stainless, we can go other colors as well, which I'll talk about shortly. Real quick, also on the water bottle, these have been popular because it is a completely leak-proof lid that screws on. And the cool thing about it is the drink-through hole is nice and big, and when you close that, it seals it completely, locks it in place. where it's not going to leak. You can put it in a backpack or in your purse or what have you, and not have to worry about it. And it has somewhat of a sanitary feature as well, and the fact that it closes off and completely covers that drink through. So these have been really popular in an environment where people are required to have something that's leak proof and also some type of a sanitary lid feature to it as well. The water bottles still fit in a cup holder nice. And it's just a great piece.
You open that lid up, it kind of locks and holds itself backwards as well, so it doesn't hit you in the face when you drink it, right?
Yeah, it clicks back in place. So when you drink out of it, it doesn't come back in your face. So that's a nice little feature. They pay a lot of attention to detail when they do the engineering on these.
Again, I know Ross loves the water bottle.
I'm sorry?
I said I know Ross loves the Tervis water bottle he's got from that we did for you guys.
It's my go-to. All right, so that's the Triton series. Again, made in America, lifetime guaranteed, unlimited design capabilities. And I touched on it, but anything in our stock portfolio, either present, currently available, or anything in our archives over the last 75-year history is available for custom use, meaning that if you have a particular function that has some kind of a theme or what have you, normally in our case, we would find something in our stock line that would apply that you could use for that custom project. You know, the one I showed you, for example, that was a stock design for nurses' thank you programs in our stock portfolio, but it applied perfectly for hospitals in this case, where they would add their hospital name to that existing template, and customize it. Another cool one that I showed you is this one here. This was down the hatch, a place to eat in Maui, and it was like a sushi place, and we had this goldfish design which looked pretty cool, and it's actually printed 4-color process. This in case the high resolution photography, and it just created kind of a unique, comical looking piece for that particular function. We will use our design expertise to bring something to life that doesn't have a lot of life to it. So if you bring us a logo and say, hey, get creative on it, our designers can help you do that. We don't charge for that design service. Because of all the high power licenses we have some amazing creative people on our staff, and we can lean on them to bring things to life. We do create virtuals to kind of get the process going. So if you provide us with artwork and say, here, can you make something cool out of this? We'll create some virtuals, and the virtuals we do are a 360 spin, so they can see the seamless nature of how much artwork we can create on a tumbler or a water bottle, and send that out and give you 3 different looks, for example, and go back and forth and kind of ideate as to what you really like and come up with something that's pretty cool and special. We are always about wanting a piece of drinkware to be something that people love and cherish and want to use, as opposed to something that you get and you get it and you go, okay, that's cool, and it goes in the garage sale next week or what have you. Our products people love, they function well, good quality, and if it's cool design as well, then it's something people are going to take with them everywhere. The number of impressions that you get out of that brand push, I mean, that's what you're putting your logo on something. You want people to use it. You want that logo to be seen. If they love the product, they love the design, they're going to take it to the beach with them. They're going to take it to the pool. They're going to take it to church with them. It's going everywhere with them. And that's what branded products are all about.
And so to do that, we would just provide you with a logo and probably like a link to the customer's website to just try to help correlate, so that your creative team could look through the archives, so to speak, and correlate something that might make sense for them.
Absolutely. Just give us as much direction as possible as to what you're thinking. If there's limitations on creativity, let us know. If there's brand guidelines we have to adhere to, and then we'll take that and run with it and come up with something cool. And I'll touch on that a little bit more, because I'll jump into the stainless steel part of our business. And, this one I like to show, because this is a 20-ounce stainless steel tumbler, and it has a really neat fire department look to it. This was something we had in our stock line last year. It's been retired since. However, if you had a fire department, which was your thing, and you wanted to give something to the employees of the fire department, think about taking this particular really neat design and then dropping the battalion badge on it, and then even adding a name on it. Now you got something people are going to think is so cool, and they want to keep and use. Also on the design side of things, this was a little Dunkin' Donuts franchise that wanted to do a coffee refill program, and they provided just the Dunkin' Donuts logo, and they said, come up with something cool. And our designers designed this 360-degree seamless, neat looking Dunkin' Donuts print, and it became a true winner. Another neat example is this one. It was a Domino's Pizza location, and they just gave us the Domino Pizza logo, and our designers came up with the balance of this really neat look. Speaking of stainless steel printing, what we're doing on stainless is printing on the outside of the stainless steel vessel. And we have a proprietary 12-pass print process that's seamless, that creates not only a three-dimensional look, but a textural feel, because it's a 12-pass print process. So it builds up the inks, and then we do a spot varnish finish on it as well. And we take care of all of that design on our side. This is a proprietary print process, but it does create a textural feel to the exterior of the vessel. Not only is it a visual looking cool piece, but it gives you that almost like a grip to it as well. It's really neat.
And I have seen these, and we actually just at the show yesterday saw a couple of these. The imprint quality is vivid. It is awesome. Now the Triton series you said does well in the dishwasher. How's the imprint on these guys hold up in the dishwasher? Is it recommended for hand wash? Are we dishwashing these?
Yeah, all stainless steel is recommended for hand wash. Although, because I have a source, if one fails, I can get a new one. And I have been putting mine in the dishwasher, honest, I admit it, but I can tell you it's been in the dishwasher for over a year, my go-to stainless steel water bottle, and the print's holding up. We don't want to tout that, although there may be some qualification down the road that we would say limited dishwasher safe top rack to some degree, but we are prepping our stainless steel and a flame treatment, and then another wipe down feature as well before it goes into a ultraviolet 12-pass print process with that spot varnish. So our exterior surfaces on these tumblers are really durable. You have to take a lot of abuse in order to get it to chip or peel off. That doesn't mean to say that they can't happen, because it is ink on the outside of stainless. However, they are extremely durable.
And how do warranties work on the stainless steel stuff? Like, is it still lifetime warranty for that? Because you can't really take an emblem out of that one and then. So
yeah, so stainless doesn't have the lifetime warranty. Stainless is a 5-year performance guarantee. Our stainless steel, by the way, is an 18/8 grade copper line vacuum sealed double wall insulated vessel. When we got into the stainless market, we didn't do it lightly. We looked, because we were always known as a lifetime guarantee made in America company, but because stainless became so popular, we couldn't ignore it. We reluctantly jumped in on the bandwagon, but we said, if we're going to do it, let's do it equal to or better than everybody else. So first thing we looked at was performance. So we looked at the Yetis of the world, which have great performance. And we went over to China, which is where all stainless comes from. And we found that there were only about 2 to 3 qualified factories over there that treated their people right, that had all the social and sustainability stuff in place that we value, but also produced the highest quality, the type of stainless steel that keeps drinks cold for over 24 hours or hot for over 8. So the factories that produce the Yetis or the equivalent over there, again, limited to 2 or 3 of them, we contracted with them with our own designs. We bring those blanks over here to Venice, Florida, and then we have that proprietary 12-pass seamless ink print process, which then even elevates us higher than all the other stainless that's out there. So if you look at other brands that are in stainless, they have brand recognition, we have brand recognition. We have the same performance guarantee, performance standards, and warranty guarantee that everybody else has. But what elevates us is what we're known for, which is design expertise and printing. So that's what the difference is. And the other thing that's cool about our stainless line, it's only 25-piece minimum. And that variable date personalization even applies to stainless steel. So you can add personalized names on these even. We're printing these, 25 at a time, so 25 minimum. We do have the ability to even print photo quality high resolution photography. So this one I like to show is a Valspar paint, and they provided us with a high resolution photograph of this chameleon. And if you were able to touch and feel this one, the texture of the chameleon itself, you would feel the actual scaly nature of the skin of that particular chameleon on your tumbler. So now you've got a piece of drinkware that not only is visually stunning, but has something cool about it. I mean, you can say, hey, touch this, it feels like a chameleon. I mean, it's really special. Another one.
Michael, I just want to, and I don't want to preempt anything, but I kind of want to just go back to what you said, because I think we talked about it yesterday. And that's one thing I was excited about with your stainless steel line for our customers is we still do get requests for, am I allowed to say it? Yeti.
Right.
We get requests for those other brands. And what we're running into right now is, the stock situation with them is really bad. They only are carried by what I would characterize as a couple of fringe suppliers in our industry. So they can be a little bit difficult to get and a little bit difficult to deal with. And then you've got some other brands out there that people are familiar with. But there's been some changing around on those brands too. What I like about, and what we need to make sure of, is that we're showing our customers the Tervis stainless steel option, because like you said, it is a recognizable brand. It's an equal product. It sounds like better product potentially. And the print process, I know that if I go to the other brands, we can only print those in one color or laser engrave in a lot of cases, where this gives us a lot more flexibility. And then you throw in the potential for, because of the print process, the variable data. So, to me, the stainless steel line from Tervis becomes a really viable alternative.
You're spot on. I mean, you'll find that our price point particularly is lower than the other high level, well-known brands that are out there in the stainless marketplace. We're about a third the price of Yeti fully decorated. And you'll find that with other brands, they charge by the amount of color or amount of space as well. So you pay for one color, here's your price, and you go, okay, that price isn't bad. But once you start adding for additional, run charges and all this other rigmarole and setups and all these junk charges out there, it starts adding up and then becomes extremely expensive. That's not the case with us. You can go full coverage, full print, 4-color process, all included. We just have one simple setup fee, and it includes anything and everything. We just uncomplicated. Another template that's really popular is our diamond plate. This feels and looks like like a truck bed, and it is a printed process. So we're able to create some really neat effects with that proprietary print process. And the detail that we're able to achieve is really second to none. This is Southwest Airlines, which had all their liveries of all the various airplanes. And each one of these planes has just a really, really tight amount of print color detail to it. And it's just crisp and clean and, super cool.
That is really amazing right there, to see that small detail on stuff like that. I mean, when you do this across multiple suppliers and different items, to see that level of detail at that size is impressive.
And we have 9 different forms in our stainless line. We have a 12-ounce rocks glass or wine glass. Also fits in a Keurig machine, so it's a great little coffee cup. And then the 20-ounce, most popular size. Already showed you the big 30-ounce tumbler size. And then we have a water bottle, stainless steel, same lid as the classic series, but in stainless.
Will that lid fit on the Triton if somebody had a plastic and that one?
Yes, absolutely. And then we graduate up to bottles. So we have a 17-ounce slim bottle. This is triple line. This keeps drinks cold for up to 48 hours. What's neat about these is they have a rubber bottom, so they don't clink when you set them down. Insulated screw-on lid, nice big opening for big ice cubes. Fits in your hand really nicely. This is just a great little go-to piece for going to the spa or going to going to yoga or what have you. We have a larger version of that, which is a 25-ounce. We call it the carafe, also rubberized bottom. This one incidentally fits a whole bottle of wine. So it pairs nicely with the 12-ounce. We'll be putting together a gift box package program later this year with a carafe and 2 12-ounce alongside. Nice little package gift. And then we get into what we call our wide mouth water bottles. This is the newest product line that we just released in a retail environment a few months ago, and we just had it just in the last couple of months come available for custom use. These are super high performance. These are more for tactical outdoor use. I mean, any situation where you need something to keep cold for up to 84 hours. We have a line now of 24 ounce, 32 ounce, and a big 40 ouncer. And these have a really cool lid. The 40 ouncer keeps drinks cold for over 3 days.
Yeah, again, saw one of these yesterday. They're huge. They're awesome, but the imprint quality all over the entire thing is gorgeous. I mean, second to none in the industry.
Yeah, these we do print top to bottom, the whole entire thing. So the print process is a little different on these compared to the rest of the line. Here we do need to have full coverage of the top to bottom. It's a little bit different exterior body than the rest. What's cool is that it is a wide mouth bottle, so you can fit big ice cubes in there. The lid is nice because it does have a full grip handhold. And we even have elementary school kids buying these things and filling them up because there's not a lot of refill stations active now, and having enough to get them through the day is important. So this is kind of a cool, neat piece. And the drink free feature on it's nice because it pops open and stays in place when you drink out of it. And then again, totally leak proof and locks down total. Everything that we have is also available in powder coat in the stainless line, where you could do laser etching. So if you do like that more simplistic look in the powder coat feel, we can do that. So this Ritz-Carlton one is an example. And the detail that we can achieve with the laser engraving is pretty cool. So this snowflake one on one of our fashion colors is a good example of that. That's pretty much the product line. So
Michael, we got about 4 minutes left. Would you mind talking about the e-program we talked about, just touching on that and maybe giving a quick overview?
Sure, yeah. So we developed because there was a lot of work from home environment situations. So people were asking for drop ship a lot. We came up with a solution to that. We don't traditionally do drop ship where we're shipping a cup to 100 different people. However, we did have this thing called the customizer at Tervis.com, which basically was a do-it-yourself creative platform to allow somebody to create, customize maybe a template and then check out and have it go to their home. We developed something like that for our side of the business, where we would actually create a unique landing page or a website specific to a company, to where those employees could go to that website specific and only see those pre-selected company designs that they liked and approved, and either use that as a checkout, the E-code, where it would basically cover the cost of the tumbler, and they plug in their address and it goes right to their home, and that E-code would cover the cost of the product as well as the freight, so the employee didn't have to pay a thing, or the cost of whoever you're giving it to. And then beyond that, you could add personalization. So the first program, the pilot program we did, it was a company it was an insurance company, had 17,000 employees working remotely, and they wanted to get them to be healthy while they were working from home. So they had health points. Once they earned those points, they were given this code, they could go and either pick a stock design and check out, or there were 3 that would allow even for uploading a name or even photography. You could put your favorite dog's picture on there, yourself, your kids, whatever. And then it's neat because you're involved in the creative process of it. And you push a button, it shows you what it looks like 3D. And then you say, okay, that's what I want. You push checkout, put your code in, it goes right to your home. So it was kind of a fun, interactive way of solving for dropship.
So to put a bow on that a little bit is the way, and we talked about this yesterday, the way that works is we're effectively buying codes from you, and we would work with you to design the page and decide what people could select and how they could decorate their item. And so the idea would be that, just so our customers understand the way this will work, we work with Tervis to do the page, and it's locked down on only what you want them to be able to purchase. And then we would transact the codes and then give you the codes, and you could distribute them to people to go, and then they would be able to enter those, which would cover the cost of the tumbler and the shipping, and it creates kind of a personalized experience.
Absolutely. Yep. And that can morph into different ways of handling it. It could be non-personalized or all personalized or various products. And we could even monitor it on a redemption basis to how many redemptions per month and charge accordingly. We're pretty flexible on that. It's pretty easy for us to set one of those up. So pretty excited about that.
Is there a minimum on that, Michael? Is there like, is there any kind of minimum on that, or?
We're looking. We haven't set it yet because it's a pilot program, and right now we're not even charging for a setup fee for that because the first program we have is working extremely well, and we're excited about it. So right now we're pretty flexible. At some point though, we're going to put some guardrails around it as to what it was.
So get in early.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, take advantage of us.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we've hit time. I think this may be one of the more well-organized ones we've done, so we want to stay on time. Michael, thank you for your time. I know that I said yesterday that even though I'm in the industry, I'm guilty of, I think of Tervis as, if I'm looking at the screen right now, the products that are on the top shelf behind you are obviously the products that a lot of people know the brand by, but there's a lot of other things, obviously, that you guys are doing that I think our customers can take advantage of. Well, as we always say, thank you for your time. It's valuable, and we appreciate you spending some of it with us. Michael, we certainly know your time is really valuable. We appreciate you giving some of it to us. And anybody that's on the call, let us know if there's anything you saw here that you want samples. Barry Threlkeld was with us a little bit ago. He had to take off early, but he was the one, Michael, that I reached out to you about that loved the diamond plate option. So he's the one we're going to be sending that sample to. So if anybody wants any samples, I think people probably know that's a big part of what we do. Reach out to us. And then obviously we'll be packing this up and editing it a little bit and distributing out to a lot of other customers that we have that weren't able to join us live today. And then the last thing I would like to say is, if any of our customers, as you've seen this, we welcome any and all feedback that you have for us, ways that we can improve things that we're not doing well, or frankly, if there's anything that you're thinking about that you'd like to see on one of these things, we'd love to reach out to the vendor and try to get them on here. So Michael, thank you again. And anything else you want to add here?
Thanks for the opportunity to present the Tervis line, and it's been a great company to work for. It's just a super creative environment, and it's good quality, good people, and we're just excited about where the brand's going in the future. You're going to see a lot more about Tervis moving forward now that we're celebrating our 75 years. So keep your eyes open for new and exciting information about Tervis as you see it a lot coming up. So